Ooh, a little different than basketball press conference. A lot of media in here today. I guess I'm gonna start with y'all today, right now. First off, I just thank y'all for covering me and all the exposure that you gave me, my family, to get me home. I really appreciate it. That coverage was much needed. I would like to encourage all of you to be at our first game as well, and the whole entire season, covering not only the Phoenix Mercury with the best fans in the league, but the whole entire league as well. You know, from start to finish, I expect to see this same coverage because we have a great product, and you'll see it this summer. Start off with the Mercury. Thank you so much, everybody with the Phoenix Mercury organization, all the hard work, long hours, everything that y'all did to for me, my wife, my family, getting me back home, being there, supporting me, letting me know that I wasn't alone. It means everything to me, to everybody, Vince, Bryce, Jim, Coach, everybody, the players. It goes all the way down to the people that keep this building running. You know, it's a family with the Mercury. I would also like to bring our families home. Netta, thank you so much for being here and representing everybody here. It means the world to have you here right now, and everything that you did also, and that you're doing. You're so strong. I just want to say thank you so much. Of course, President Biden, Vice President Harris, Governor Richardson. The list goes on to everybody that was a part of this. The WNBA, WNBPA, Wasserman, my agent who's here as well. A lot of long hours. You, of course, my wife. Come on now. Like, I couldn't have did it without her. A round of applause for my wife, honestly. She had the hardest job, honestly. Thank you so much, babe, for being there for me. Like, oh yeah, you the one. We could just get into it. I'd love to start taking some questions, so we just keep it moving along like it's post-game.
Hello. Hi. Welcome home.
Oh, so good to see you.
You too. What resilience has been required for you to be sitting up here today? How have you found the resilience personally to be here with us?
I'm no stranger to hard times, so. See, you cried and you made me cry. Just digging deep, honestly. You're going to be faced with adversities throughout your life. This was a pretty big one, but I just kind of relied on my hard work, getting through it. I know this sounds so small, but, dying in practice, and just hard workouts. You find a way to just grind it out. Just put your head down and just keep going. Just keep moving forward. You can never stand still, and that was my thing. Just never be still. Never get too focused on the now, and just looking forward to what's to come.
Hey, Britt. BG, Matt Gutman with ABC News. I think I echo everyone and my colleagues here. We are so happy to see you here.
Thank you.
And I don't know if it was timed with your availability today, but you may know that the Washington Post, the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal put out an ad demanding the release of Evan Gershkovich today, right? So during your detention, were you aware of all of the efforts on your behalf, of the hashtag #WeAreBG, and what message would you send to Evan and Paul Whelan today?
Yes, I was aware. There was a little bit of a delay in getting news sometimes, but I was aware of the efforts and everything that was going on. I was able to see pictures sometimes of different things, the WeAreBG. So just knowing that and having that just being aware of what was going on when, you know, you don't know anything. You're there, you're sitting there, you're like, okay, I know people are fighting for me or bringing awareness to what's going on. And those times where I was able to see what was going on, it definitely, you know, it made me a little bit more comfortable. It made me a little bit have hope, which is a really hard thing to have, a really dangerous thing to have, because, you know, when it doesn't work, it's so crushing. And I would say to everyone that is wrongfully detained right now across the world, stay strong, keep fighting, don't give up, just keep waking up, find a little routine and stick to that routine and as best you can. I know that's what helped me, just finding little things, if it was just whatever it was, you know. Just keep pushing, because we're not gonna stop. We're not gonna stop fighting. We're not gonna stop bringing awareness to everyone that's left behind right now.
Hi, it's Ewan McCarty with CBS News. First of all, welcome back. We're so thrilled to have you here. I was wondering if you could explain a little bit about what your ordeal did for your mental and your physical health, and what your journey has been to get back to the place where you are now, where you're about to embark on preseason.
You know, it was strenuous, and coming back from basically, you know, doing nothing, not having any gym or anything to be at. Getting back into it was hard. It's still a process. You know, just the little things. I mean, doing a plank, you know, was so simple before, and couldn't even stay up very long, you know, in just a regular plank when I first came back. Because as an athlete, you always want to be where you left off. And I left off playoffs, you know, finals, Chicago. And I wanted to be that player when I started back. And just everybody telling me to give myself grace and it's going to take time, but that's the hardest thing to do to a pro athlete, because we always want to be right back at our tip-top shape. So it's been a struggle, but like I said, it's liberating as well at the same time, just as a release, just getting back to my craft. And then being here in Phoenix, you know, with my coaches and my teammates really supporting me, you know, at every step of the way on the court. So it's been pretty good.
Hi, Brittney. I am Stephanie Elam with CNN. And first of all, I have to say there's a great amount of lightness around you, which I think is kind of shocking considering what you've been through. It's extraordinary. I'm curious if the desire to play overseas in the off-season is a need or a want, and if that is something that needs to be addressed, and if it is a need, what do you think needs to be addressed about it?
Well, I can say for me, I'm never going overseas to play again unless I'm representing my country at the Olympics. You know, if I make that team, that would be the only time I would leave the U.S. soil, and that's just to represent the USA. I'll say this, you know, the whole reason a lot of us go over, you know, is the pay gap. You know, a lot of us go over there to make an income to support our families, to support ourselves. So I don't knock any player that wants to go overseas and, you know, make a little bit extra money. I'm hoping that our league continues to grow, and with as many people in here right now covering this, I hope you continue, like I said, to cover our league, bring exposure to us. I hope a lot of these companies start to invest in our craft, because as you'll see this season, if you haven't watched before, we have a really good craft in ourselves in the WNBA. And it's a shame that we have to leave our families for holidays. I mean, you're missing everything being away, but at the same time, as much as I would love to, you know, pay my light bill for the love of the game, I can't, you know. So I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons people are still going overseas, and that's why I was there, you know. So hopefully that changes, though.
BG, Lena Washington, 12 News. Welcome back. So good to see you. We've seen you out around town at the MLK Day March, the WM Phoenix Open, recently a Suns game. What did that feel like for you, and how did just walking around town change from maybe 2 years ago?
Walking around town is a little bit different, a little bit different now, but it felt good just being back, just being on U.S. soil, especially being back here in the Valley. Made this my home, and it was really warming. I had nothing but love, being out and about, and just trying to get back to just being normal, just being able to walk out the door and go see and do things. So it's been amazing. All the things that I really couldn't do either because I was overseas playing. So I got to do a couple of those things here recently, which was really nice, actually.
Hi, Brittney. Nick Soletti from ABC 15 here in Phoenix, and I just want to welcome you back to the Valley. I think I speak for everyone who is just thrilled to see you back here where you belong. You mentioned something I found very interesting just a few moments ago. You had said that hope is a dangerous thing to have. I was wondering if you could dive deeper into that for us and also explain throughout this whole process if you ever had a moment where you lost hope, and how did you get that hope back?
I'll say this. When I did lose my hope, looking at photos of my family, that brought my hope back. Just being able to see their faces, that did it for me. In a moment where you kind of want to give up, you look at the photos and it kind of brings you back. You know what you're waiting on. You're waiting to be back with your family, with your loved ones, and in a safe place. So I'll go that far and say that. But the rest, have to wait a little bit later, catch the rest of that.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Entering this season, how did your mindset change as a person and athlete given all you've gone through?
Not taking anything for granted. Life is short. Things can change at the stroke of a match. So going into this season, just appreciating everything. I mean, the things that I always say, appreciate every moment, don't take it for granted. But it's so true. Once something like this happens to you, like when people say that, it hits home, like it hits closer to you. So just taking it all in. I mean, just walking in to the arena, one day I had a workout here, and they had, mercury all around and everything, and it was just such a surreal moment. No one was in there. I was the first one to walk on the court, and it hit me hard, So just looking forward to all those moments, just walking in on the first home game, the grind, the sweat, the blood, hopefully not too much blood, because that means injuries, so hopefully not too much of that. But just taking all that in, I missed it. Like I would have rather been doing a 2-a-days, Coach, don't get any ideas. But I would have rather been in a 2-a-day dying, and than to be where I was. So just looking forward to being back to that.
Yeah, Brittney, M.A. Vopel from ESPN.com. You've said really throughout your career that basketball was a sanctuary for you. Has it felt like that coming back? You talked about you want to be back where you were. Has it felt like a sanctuary, and where do you think you are as a player at this point, and where can you reach during this season?
Well, I mean, I always believe in my ability. If we had a game tomorrow, I mean, we're gonna go get that dub. But being realistic, am I exactly where I want to be? No, but I'm on the right track to getting there. That's for sure. I will say that. It's still a sanctuary. I mean, in the beginning, no. The first, I want to say day, but what was it, babe? Like 2 weeks? First month. It was hard. It's funny because she was literally filming me in the beginning, and yeah, those videos are really, really different to how they are now, where I'm at now. I feel like I've hit the corner, and just loving it now. But at first there was a point where it was like, wow, like, dang, do I really want to do this fast right now? But no, it was so worth it, so worth it.
Hi, Brittany. Over here. Jen Ortiz, Arizona Republic. When you came back, Vanessa was your new head coach. How have those conversations been, and how is your support system here in Phoenix?
I think the first thing I said was sorry. You know, she was with Vegas that my last year playing, and we kind of sent them home. So, you know, I kind of made a joke about that. I'm a jokester. I used humor a lot throughout this whole experience, just laughing at things. But no, it's been great getting to know her as a person. I'm really looking forward to the season, honestly. It's going to be really good things here, and I'm looking forward to being coached by her.
Hey, Brittany, Robbie Baker with Fox 10. Good to see you and welcome home. You mentioned being back in the arena. We've seen you at the practice facility a few times with a big smile on your face. What were the emotions like the first time you got your hands on a basketball again and getting back on the court?
So the first time I had a basketball in my hand actually was in San Antonio. It was good. It was good. You know, got some shots up. I mean, I was in some chucks. So I was in some low top chucks, you know, just I was outside and, you know, like real, I thought I was like 16 again. I mean, my ankles did not like it, but it was good. I threw it down just to see, you know, I was like, let me just see if I can still throw this thing down. And I did. You have to ask, that's a good question for my wife. Ask her how it felt getting dunked on. Oops. Did I say that? Did I say that out loud?
Brittany, this is Alexis with AZ Family. Welcome home. So at this point, you've become the face of Americans detained overseas. What's that feel like? How are you feeling? And how do you continue to raise awareness throughout the season and really, you know, throughout your career?
Well, I'm really fortunate to have this platform that I have. And every chance that I get, if it's wearing a shirt, saying their names, any interview that I have, and you'll see a theme throughout the season with that. That's just bringing awareness to everybody that doesn't have the platform and the followers and, you know, the exposure to everyone like this right now. That is a way that you know, I'm trying to help out in any way that I can. You know, we're partnering with Bring Our Families Home in Phoenix Mercury, and we're going to be doing a lot of good things throughout this season. I know we're doing we're writing letters to the families. Fans can come and write, which I will suggest everyone doing, please, because you don't understand how good it felt to get a letter from your family, from just random people that I've never even met. It just lets you know that you're not forgotten, and it's so easy to feel forgotten, to feel like no one's thinking of you. And then when you get a letter from people that you know and people that you don't even know, it just does something to you. It just gives you like a spark of life to keep holding on, keep fighting, not to give in. So these are things that, you know, we're gonna do throughout this season.
Yeah. Good morning, Brittany. I'm Bill Roden from ESPN Anscape, and it's really great to see you. It's good to know the prayers have been answered. The question, you've always represented so much throughout your entire career about access and, you know, being able to do stuff. And I hate to put one more thing on your plate, but there are a number of states who are aggressively moving to prevent transgender athletes playing. And I was wondering, again, I hate to put one more thing on your plate, but in terms of on your radar, where is that, you're gonna have a tremendous platform, but where is that gonna be on your radar in terms of advocating for, you know, athletes, all athletes, transgender athletes to be able to play?
Oh, I mean, that ranks high on the list of things that I'll be fighting for and speaking up against. You know, everyone deserves the right to play. Everyone deserves the right to come here, sit in these seats, and feel safe, and not feel like there's a threat or they can't be who they are, or like it's just all eyes on them. So I think it's a crime, honestly, to to separate someone for any reason. So I definitely will be speaking up against that legislation and those laws that are trying to be passed for sure.
Hey, Brittney, Chris Rim, New York Times. Two questions for you. Have you spoken with Evan, the reporter from the Wall Street Journal, or his family at all? And secondly, when you returned, did you feel any worry or guilt or any type of burden because you came home earlier than some others who were detained longer than you?
Mm-hmm. You know, if I could have went and got them out or any of that, I mean, of course I would have. I think everybody, President Biden, if he could just go over there right now and just grab everybody that's been left behind, I think he definitely would. I mean, of course. It's hard. It's hard. You know, I come from military family. My dad, Vietnam, 68, 69 Marine. So, you know, I have that mindset, you know, no man left behind. No man, no woman, no one left behind. So, you know, it hurts. It hurts because no one should be in those conditions. Like, hands down, no one should be in any of the conditions that I went through or they're going through. So, you know, I hope that everyone continues to bring awareness and fight to bring home everyone. Can you re-say the first part of your question? I'm sorry about that. Yes, so I haven't spoke directly, but I do know that my team, Wasserman and my agent, they have been in touch with the family a lot and helping out with just, you know, sharing knowledge, which is a big thing. You know, everybody speaking, talking, sharing what they know. It goes a long way because, I mean, you're in foreign territory, you're in unknown waters, so there's a lot, you know, that we might know that they didn't know. So there's been a lot of communication between both teams.
Brittney, Jeff Metcalf right here.
Hey.
Welcome home. A couple things. One, Diana's still playing. What's it like being back and having another season or two with Diana ahead? And then also going back to the bubble. When you left, you got a lot of mental health. You've spoken about your mental health help that you got after that. How important was that in dealing with what you had to deal with in Russia?
I mean, that helped a lot. You know, I've always promoted, you know, talking to a counselor, seeking therapy, any tool that'll help you, you know, get to a good centered place. And I'm still doing that as of right now. You know, that'll never change. I think it's good to have someone to talk to, you know. So much goes on in this world. We see so much, we're exposed to so much on social media that, you know, it's just a lot. It's nice to have someone to talk to. Playing with Dee, I mean, who wouldn't want to play with a walking fossil? No, I'm playing. Oh, she's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me. No, I'm just so glad. I was really worried, honestly. Like, legit, I was worried. I thought she was gonna like retire on me or something while I was gone, or I would miss it, and that honestly was killing me. Knowing that you know was a possibility. So I'm really thankful that you know she's still here. She hates it, but you know she's a mentor. I look up to her. You know, how could you not when you have the GOAT, you know, right next to you? So I'm really thankful to have her another year here in Phoenix. Like I'm looking forward to getting out there on the court.
Hey, VG. Sabrina Merchant, The Athletic. You kind of alluded to this already, but after the year that you had, how are you so certain that you wanted to play in the WNBA this year, and how were you certain that you'd be able to play so quickly after you came back?
Oh, man. I mean, I've said it before. You know, I believe in me. I believe in what I can do. I know that I can, if I put my mind to it, you know, I can achieve any goal. And, you know, not trying to sound big-headed, but I just really, you know, I bet on me. And I have all the resources here to help me get to that point where I can play. And it was no question to be back in the WNBA, back in Phoenix and playing.
We have time for 2 more questions.
Hey, Brittney, Eliav Gabay, Sports 360 AZ. So, picking back off of Jeff's question a little bit, what was the reaction being with the teammates again and now really feeling physically part of the team again now that you've been able to be in it a little bit longer?
I mean, just seeing everybody, just being back. On my ride back from San Antonio here, actually, I was lucky that Dee was able to come, so she was the first player that I got to see. Vince was there, and it was just really good, just seeing them. It was like a relief. Like, it was once, I've said it before, it's hard to really realize it's happening. It's like, I'm really here. Like, this is really my teammates here. So it was just liberating. It was so great to be on that plane, riding back with her, and then seeing everybody at the gym. It was crazy. Oh man, it was such a good feeling.
Hi, Brittney. I'm Sydney from USA Today. What did it feel like first when you were gone, but also when you came home, to have not only the WNBA community rally around you, but also the LGBTQ community fight for you and support you?
I mean, like I said, just seeing everybody backing me and supporting me, supporting my family. I heard about the standing ovation my wife got when she came to a game. Like just little things like that. All-Star, with the league. Just knowing that everyone was going above and beyond, people that I'd never even met, going to bat for me and supporting me. It really shows how much you've kind of impacted, or you've, touched so many different people in a different way. So I was just abundant of joy, honestly, I will say.
Thank you so much, Brittney.
Thank you, everybody.